Let's move to the Battlefords North Stars just down the road a little bit. Last year was an interesting year for them, I think, to say the least. Obviously ended up in 6th, but they were in that kind of jumble of teams in the middle there. They did end up in 6th. They played Weyburn in the first round. But Nugsy, it's going to be an interesting year. New head coach, obviously. Some new players. They shipped out a few this offseason, like we mentioned that trade with Estevan, with the Kent Moores trade coming back, Kent Moores, I should say. So that's still up in the air, so we're still waiting to see what happens with that.
He made sure.
Yeah, so we'll have to see what happens there. Yeah. But generally, still a pretty solid group of returners overall to look forward to. Last year, 29, 22, 3 and 2, like I said, 63 points. A negative goal differential, despite scoring 205. They let in 211. So I'm going to say maybe that was a theme coming out of last year that we're just not quite sure about where they are this year. But when you look at Battlefords this year, what are you seeing?
I see a lot of reliance on Tony Campbell and Raiden Zacharias to generate offense.
Yeah, Raiden Zacharias, a big off-season acquisition
from Melville. You know, he was up and down last year a lot from the Western League. And Josh Nittig needs to, again, take a step forward offensively. I see a team that could really use Kent Moore's help. Coming in. I do like a lot of their young players. I think, you know, Connor Logan, again, brand new coach coming in from BC Junior B. You know, I'm not going to say they're going to struggle, but I'm just going to say I think that this team might need some patience. You know, it's been some turmoil. They lost Braden Klomosko. They turned it over to Marty Smith last year. Marty Smith is gone. They moved to Connor Logan. It might need some patience as a project in Battlefords. We'll see. Obviously, they had so many great years over the years in Battlefords. Such a great fan base that is there patience to be had on a fan base that's so used to winning every year? Guess we'll see. But still, obviously, there's some very good players, some experienced players. We'll see. You know, I know Thomas Samborski and Connor Baumbach in the goaltending situation, you know, got some stick maybe last year. But I think these guys could really use a fresh start, a fresh new year to come in healthy and fresh. Connor Baumbach dealt with injury. Samborski with a lot of moves. You know, they come in fresh and know what they're doing this year. So we'll see. You know, I'm not going to say they're going to struggle, but I am going to say, like, it's a wait and see for sure for me for Battlefords, if I'm being honest.
I think when I'm adding on to that and building off of what you just said, to me, the phrase that kind of sticks out is maybe top heavy with this team. Like, they have some very solid guys. We look at Josh Nittig, we look at Anthony Campbell, Braden Zacharias. If they're a line, that's about as good of a line in the league that there might be. Nienaber's still there. He had 15 goals last year.
And obviously, you know, Gavin Granger's as good as that gets as a two-way player.
On defense, they have 4 solid defensemen.
I really want to see Lincoln Fisher get a good look and stay healthy and get a good look for Canada at the World Junior Challenge too. So we'll see.
Oh, and Dick's there. Sebastian Miles is coming back. So, like, to me, like, they have those solid returners, and then it's just like, okay, who else? I think that's going to be the question that we get answered very early on in the season. It won't take long to figure out who this Battlefords North Stars team is going to be. But who's a new guy that you have coming in that you're pretty excited about?
Yeah, well, again, there's a lot of options there. But Austin Garrett is I guess, the one that I'm going to circle. 06 D-man who played for Connor Logan in Victoria Junior B last year, was a point-per-game player as a defenseman, but also had 131 penalty minutes while being a point-per-game player as a defenseman.
So that seems like it might fit. They might like him in Battlefords.
And they might like him. And one of the key things for me, is that the Victoria BCHL team called him up in the playoffs a bunch too. So he was a rookie last year. Obviously, Connor Logan knows him and believes in him and knows how to get the best out of him. And so, you know, that really bodes well for his opportunity coming into this year. Yeah,
I think, well, I mentioned him, you mentioned him. Anthony Campbell, to me, is the returning guy who's going to stir this pot. I think 55 points last year in 56 games. 29 of those were goals. And I think a lot of this offense this year is going to go right through Anthony Campbell. And for good reason. The guy's a very skilled, talented player. He's captain of the team this year. I just think a lot of it's going to go through Anthony Campbell.
And Soupy Campbell wins faceoffs.
Yeah.
Like, you know, obviously you got to call everybody named Campbell Soupy.
Yeah.
He wins faceoffs, and I love kids that win faceoffs.
You do. We'll have to get into that in SJHL Weekly next week.
Yeah.
Who will win the weekend faceoff battle? We'll tell you on Monday.